Exodus chapter 20 verse 14. You do not commit adultery. Matthew chapter 5 verse 27 through 28. You heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you that everyone looking at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Matthew chapter 5 verse 32. But I say to you that whoever puts away his wife, except for the matter of whoring, makes her commit adultery. And whoever marries a woman who has been put away commits adultery. Mark chapter 10, verse 11 through 12. And he said to them, whoever puts away his wife and marries another commits adultery against her. And if a woman puts away her husband and marries another, she commits adultery. Mark chapter 10 verse 19. You know the commands. Do not commit adultery. Do not murder. Do not steal. Do not bear false witness. Do not rob. Respect your father and your mother. Mark chapter 10 verse 19. You know the commands. Do not commit adultery. Do not murder. Do not steal. Do not bear false witness. Do not rob. Respect your father and your mother. Luke chapter 16 verse 18. Everyone putting away his wife and marrying another commits adultery, and everyone marrying her who is put away from her husband commits adultery. Luke chapter 18 verse 20. You know the commands. Do not commit adultery. Do not murder. Do not steal. Do not bear false witness. Respect your father and your mother. Romans chapter 7 verse 2 and 3. For the married woman has been bound by Torah to the living husband. But if the husband dies, she is released from the Torah concerning her husband. So then, while her husband lives, she shall be called an adulteress, if she becomes another man's. But if her husband dies, she is free from that part of the Torah, so that she is not an adulteress, having become another man's. Romans chapter 13, verse 9. For this, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness, you shall not covet. And if there is any other command, it is summed up in this word, you shall love your neighbor as you love yourself.